Hello. Welcome back to my podcast. I This is giving me deja vu because last night I filmed this exact episode, but I kind of just started filming and talking, which is kind of the whole point of wine therapy. Because I didn't really know what I wanted to talk about, and then a really great topic came out of it, but it was like at the last 2 minutes of the video, end of the episode. So I figured that I would kind of go back and refilm, which is a little conflicting with kind of the whole thing I'm going for, with it being just raw. But I feel like this will still be raw. And yeah, I feel like it's something I can explain a little bit better than I did last night. So today I want to talk about soft spots and having a history with someone and kind of answering the question if you can be friends with your ex. So this topic stems from my past weekend. I will do a whole nother episode about this because I know I haven't gotten to it yet, but I feel like you're gonna have to bounce around with me on this subject. I secretly was seeing my brother's really close friend for like a year, maybe a little bit over a year. Um, it's out now, so this isn't like a big secret, but it was a huge secret for like 3 years, and it ate me alive for a really long time. Anyways, that's a little bit of background. We went through a lot together. We were super close. He was my best friend for a while. And I don't want to say we dated because it was a secret. And like, how does that work? But we basically did. So, just to put in perspective, when we ended things, I thought I'd see him sooner just because like he's kind of really in my life because he's close with my family, my brother, obviously. Um, Again, this was a big secret, so nobody knew about this until like this past year. So I ended up seeing him this past weekend for the first time in 3 years, 4 years. Gosh, I don't know anymore. And I was so nervous about seeing him, if I'm being honest, but I also knew that like it wasn't going to be that weird just cuz like we've talked since then and like we were so close that like it's never been awkward between us, so I was like it'll probably be fine. Regardless, I was still nervous. I saw him, it went great. It was like no time had passed. So this got me thinking about how complicated it can be to like be friends with your ex. By this, I mean having history, like so much history with a person. It was like prevalent to everybody who was with us all weekend, like the history that we have. It is pretty insane. We've been through a lot together. We knew each other so well, and we remembered little things about each other that like other people had forgotten, who had like been a part of it, if that makes any sense. I sit here, I'm like, this guy fucked me over so fucking bad. So bad. Again, I'll make a whole other episode about that so you understand where I'm coming from. But he fucked me over so bad. I would not say we ended things on a good note at all. I hated him for years. And I mean, I really did not like this kid for years. And I think looking back now, that was kind of a survival tactic in order to like get over him and like get through that like time in my life. So when I saw him, like I had a closure talk with him like a year ago. Fuck what you say about closure talks, because I do think they're pathetic, but they work. We kind of had a conversation about everything, so it was kind of like put to rest because we had never had a conversation about how things were really ending. Um, so by the time that happened, like I was like able to move on, and I also had my summer guy all summer that I like kind of let in my life in the similar way. So it was kind of like having somebody since then, like now I'm having to get over that. We'll call the past guy Trevor and my summer guy Sam. I don't know. Okay, Trevor and Sam. So I didn't realize like I don't know, the past like 3 years I've been in survival mode of like really not liking him and focusing on the negatives and like the bad things about our relationship, that when I saw him, it made me like remember like why I liked him and like why we got so close, why I was with him in the first place. Cause I remembered like, oh, like, I don't know, he's great. Like we love being around each other. I still have so much love for him. I want nothing but the best for him. I got back home, right? And I kind of was like trying to process my feelings because I was like just really heavy. And like, I kind of was like, I don't want to wait another 4 years to see him. Like, I'm going to miss him. Like, I didn't realize how much I missed him until I saw him. And not like that. I want to preface, not like that at all. Like, that door is so closed. The key has been flushed down a toilet years ago. Um, like, that is so over. There's no chance of that happening. Okay. Just had to make that clear really quick. So that is where I get confused because I'm like, I don't want to wait another 4 years to see him. Um, like, I don't want him to be out of my life because I just got him back in my life, like, even though it was just a quick weekend. But I'm like, it was so nice to see him. And like, I forgot how much I love spending time with him that I'm like, huh, like, can we be friends? I mean, all of my exes are dead to me. And I mean, dead to me. So I mean, except for him. And so that's where it's like soft spots come into play where it's like, he should be dead to me. But like, I was so madly in love with this guy that it's like, I truly believe that once you love somebody, they don't leave your heart and like you'll always hold love for that person. And I think my other boyfriends that I've had, I was too young to actually experience like that true, like real love, if that makes sense. So I don't feel as like strongly about it. Like I want the best for them still. I mean, they're dead to me, but I still want the best for them and like wish them nothing but the best. But like, I don't want to be their friend. I don't want anything with them. But this guy, it's the soft spot. It's like we have so much history together. We've been through so much together. And it makes it hard because it's like, can we be friends? I don't know. I don't think so because it gets really confusing. And I think the only way you can be friends with your ex is having really harsh boundaries and like not allowing it because it's an easy slip up to like let it like shift over into like more and like just fall right back into like what it was. So it's kind of like sad, but you do have to like remember like all the negatives of the relationship while still being like, okay, but that's over and like I forgive. But it's like, see, this is where I'm like, I don't fucking know what to do. Yeah, I just thought I would like ramble about this because last night I was coming to this consensus and it just really confused me that the episode ended up being all over the place by the time I finished editing it, that I was like, none of this makes sense. But that is how my brain feels about this right now. And I also have realized that at this moment in my life, I'm also going through getting over somebody else. If we remember Sam, summer boyfriend, who wasn't ever my boyfriend, which is really sad. Well, I'm still trying to get over Sam. I have been going through all the feels: angry, sad, pissed off, angry. If you could tell, I'm mostly in the anger phase. I am really heavily going through that right now because that's very fresh. So having that on top of like something so from the past coming back and just like resurrecting itself all at once is extremely overwhelming. And I definitely am in survival mode because I've found myself doing really unhealthy things like using the other to distract myself from the other and vice versa. So like last month when I was super sad about Sam, I was like, well, think about how exciting it is that I'm going to see Trevor soon. Like that's going to be like crazy that I'm seeing him for the first time in 4 years. So like focus on that. So I'd hyper focus on that. And then same goes for this when I'm like getting a little confused about like how do I like can you even be friends with somebody because it's like ugh, whatever. Then I like hyper focus on like remember how badly Sam hurt you and how much this sucks, which is totally not healthy. I'm aware of that, but that's okay. I think maybe I'm just bored. There, I said it. Um, but yeah, it's confusing because like obviously I can go as long as I want without seeing Trevor, but like I don't want him completely out of my life. So it's like, what kind of character does he get in my life if he's like my ex boyfriend, but also like my friend and also like my brother's friend and my family's friend? I don't know. I think it's one of those things where it's like friends from afar, like the distance, I guess, and like support each other from a distance and not let each other get that close again, which is sad for him because I'm awesome. But yeah, anyways, that's kind of all I had to talk about today. Just having such strong history with someone. I think a lot of people kind of rekindle things like that and like kind of fall back into what it was with that person. But I think it's really important to remember what happened between you guys and why things didn't work out between you guys. And also have a boundary of how you want them in your life if that's your route. I mean, again, I have cut off like basically all my exes, just like wish you the best, but bye. It's kind of like trying to figure out where they could be in your life still because of the history. The history makes it so confusing. That's all for tonight. If you have any advice or thoughts on this, please message me or comment or anything just because I don't know if I'm crazy. And I'm just like, because I've never experienced anything like this. So I don't know if I'm being crazy or what is going on with this whole situation. So anyways, I promise that soon I will be making a podcast episode about the whole situation, going into more further details about what happened between my brother and his friend and how that all came out and just all of that. I think that'll be probably my longest episode yet and probably need a bottle of wine to film it. Um, so, yeah, cheers and stay tuned for what's next. Bye.